Right, let's start the session. So, in the previous class, what we have discussed. So, let me log into the AWS console. Sign into the console. So, it will ask for the username and password. Right. So, just click on sign in using root user email. Now, we need to give our details. I have entered my mail and after that the password. Now, MFA code. Later, I will tell you how to set up the MFA. So, I am entering the code here. Okay, now I have logged into the account. Right, in the previous class, what we have discussed. So, in the previous class, we have discussed about how to create Linux instance in AWS. Just we have learned how to create a instance in the AWS, and after that we have discussed about the elastic IP also. We have discussed about the elastic IP. It's nothing but the static IP which we can give to our instance. This we can give it to our instance. This elastic IP is nothing but the static IP. There are two types of IPs. One will be dynamic IP and the other one is static IP. So in the AWS we use a terminology called static IP. Right, yesterday we have discussed about these two things, and if anyone joins newly to our class, means please observe, please watch last 3 videos. Up to now we have completed 3 sessions. Those 3 sessions, if you watch, means then you will understand this today's session. Today's session is very easy, but please watch these 3 videos also. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, from day 1 to day 3 I have created playlist in the channel. So I will share these links in the group also. From there you can access those links and watch the videos also if anyone missed the videos. Right, so today what is our agenda for today means, so today we are going to learn how to deploy a web server on Linux machine. So by using this web server only we can host our websites. Okay, so today we are going to learn this, and after that we learn how to transfer our local files, how to transfer the local files into AWS Linux instance. Instance is nothing but the server. Okay, so we learn to these two things today. Right, so the first one is how to deploy a web server on the Linux machine. So today first we will create one instance. Instance is nothing but the server. So I will create one server. Now assume that I have one application. I have developed I am a developer. Now assume that I am a developer. So developer responsibility is to write a code to develop some application. Developer responsibility is to write a code to develop some application. Now I am going to take here web application. Right, the web application. For this web application I have written the code. So the code is available. Now the application work only when the code is there, right? So now the question is where we need to put this code. Where we need to put this code to I want my application to reach the public. Okay, all the public should see my web application which I have developed. So different types of web applications will be there, right? So that this web application, my agenda is all the members in the world should see this web application. Okay, first of all, let's create one server. After creating a server, we need to install one web server into this machine. We need to install this into the machine, where this is nothing but the web server. We need to install one web server inside the instance. Okay, server is nothing but the instance. In AWS terminology, we call it as. Okay, so after that, we will get one path. The path is cd/var/www/html. Okay, /html. This location, this directory will be created once you install this web server. Once you install this web server, a directory will get created. Okay, that's the directory is nothing but the HTML. In Linux, we use a terminology called directory. Actually, a folder is nothing but a directory. In Windows, we call it as a folder, but in Linux, we call the same thing as directory. Okay, in this directory, we need to place our code. In this directory, we need to place the code. This. Okay, now let's start creating one server. First of all, go to your console and go to the services. Here you find a option called compute. Select compute, go to EC2. Now go to click on launch instance. So give some name here. I am going to name instance as Linux web server. The instance name I am taking it as Linux web server. Scroll down. Next, AMI. AMI means we need to select a operating system here. AMI is nothing but the operating. So which operating system we need to select? We are trying to work with the Linux operating system right now. We want to deploy a Linux server. This server I want to deploy, that's nothing but a Linux. Okay, it's not Windows. Later we will learn about the Windows also. In the tomorrow session, I will tell you about the Windows. On top of the Windows, how can you host your applications? I will tell you tomorrow. Today, how can we host our web application on top of the Linux server? Today we are going to learn. Okay, I am selecting here Amazon Linux, provided by AWS. Next, for every yesterday also I told you, for every AMI there will be one unique ID. This is nothing but the AMI ID. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. These are the predefined images. If you missed day 1, day 2, day 3, there I have told about this AMI. What is this AMI? These all things I have discussed in the previous classes. Okay, so please observe that. Right. Next, there is a thing called instance type. Instance type, we need to select the RAM as well as the CPU. For your server, RAM and CPU is required, no? So we need to select here and check whether there is a free tier eligibility is there or not. Next, I am going to create a key pair. So click on create new key pair, and I am giving the name also here. Click on create key pair. Next, I am going to the network settings and click on edit and leave about these all things. Right now, AWS is providing the default network. So we are using right now the AWS network only. Later on, we will discuss. There is a separate concept for these all things. There we are going to learn about VPC. Okay. So just what you will do in the network settings means just give some name here as well as the description and check if we want to log into this Linux machine means one port we need to enable, that is SSH. Okay, why this SSH port is enabled means it will help you to log into your instance in server. ఓకే, ఒకవేళ మీరు సర్వర్లోకి లాగిన్ అవుదాం అనుకుంటే మీకు ఈ SSH పోర్ట్ అనేది ఓపెన్లో ఉండాలి. ఒకవేళ ఇన్ కేస్ ఇది ఓపెన్లో లేకపోతే యూ కెనాట్ లాగిన్ టు ది లాగిన్ ఇన్ టు ది సర్వర్. ఓకే, సో ద పోర్ట్ వాస్ opened or not, first check it out. If it is not open, just open the port, and one more port also we need to enable, that is nothing but the HTTP. HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, so why we are enabling one more port means because we are deploying a web application. Without this port you cannot see the application, right? So 80, the port number is 80 for this HTTP. And there is one more port also, HTTPS. HTTPS difference between, can anyone tell me what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? HTTPS means with security, and the port number is 443. There will be a encryption here. There will be a encryption. So the data will be encrypted here, right? So here there is no encryption. Here there will be encryption. So it is much secured, right? This is secure. HTTPS is secure. If you go to any website also, here also you can see there is a lock symbol. This AWS also, connection is secure. So certification is valid. This is SSL certification. This is nothing but. So just I am going to enable one more port, that is click on here, add security group rule, and the port is nothing but HTTP, and source type should be anywhere. Okay, I am giving the public access because this is a web application. So we need to enable, we need to give public access, right? So I have given here 0.0.0/0 means public can see my application, right? And port number also you can see I have enabled HTTP right now, not HTTPS. Later on we will learn how to enable HTTPS also, and how to create our own certificate, this SSL certification. Okay, right now the port number is 80. I have taken here HTTP. Now scroll down, next to last step, it will be storage. Okay, it is for storage. How much by default they are giving you? 8 GB they are giving you, and this 8 GB, it is coming along with server, so it is a nothing but the root volume. Okay, free tier eligibility customers can get up to 30 GB. Yesterday I have see this part also. Now any doubts up to here? Anyone tell me? Yes. Manikanta, clear? Just yesterday, whatever we have discussed, those things only today also I have done up to now. Now just click on launch. Scroll down, click on view all instances. So instance is getting created now. So here the status check should be 2 by 2. Status check should be 2 by 2. So let's wait 1 minute here. Let's get. Manikanta. ఎవరు ఇది స్టేటస్? స్టేటస్ ఇక్కడ ఆటోమేటిక్గా వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఆటోమేటిక్గా 2 by 2 వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు రైట్ నౌ ఏమొచ్చింది, ఇక్కడ ఇనిషియలైజింగ్ అని వస్తుంది కదా. ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి నువ్వు రీఫ్రెష్ చేసావు అనుకో, ఆటోమేటిక్గా స్టేటస్ 2 by 2 అని చెప్పి చూపిస్తుంది అనమాట. ఆ స్టేటస్ 6 అనేది ఏంటి అంటే 0 by 2 ఉంటుంది, 1 by 2 ఉంటుంది, 2 by 2 ఉంటుంది. 0 by 2 అంటే ఏంటి, 1 by 2 అంటే ఏంటి, 2 by 2 అంటే ఏంటి అనేది మనం అప్కమింగ్ సెషన్స్లో డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే 2 by 2 అని వచ్చింది అంటే మనకి ఈ మిషన్ ఎటువంటి ప్రాబ్లం లేదు అని చెప్పి. ఓకేనా? రైట్, ఎవరు ఏదో అడుగుతున్నారా? సాయి కిరణ్ నీకేం డౌట్ ఉందా? ఓకే. ఒకసారి రిఫ్రెష్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే. ఇన్ ఇనిషియలైజింగ్ స్టేట్. రోజు నెట్ కొంచెం స్లోగా ఉన్నట్టు. ఓకే. సరిపోతుంది. ఇది ఇలా చూపిస్తుంది. బట్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ టేకింగ్ దట్ మచ్ టైమ్ ఐ డోంట్ నో. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ ఏంటి? మనం ఒక ఇన్‌స్టాన్స్ అయితే క్రియేట్ చేసాం. సో, వి హావ్ ఎనేబుల్డ్ 2 పోర్ట్స్. ఫస్ట్ పోర్ట్ ఈస్ SSH and one more port also I have enabled, that is HTTP. సో, SSH పోర్ట్ ఎనేబుల్‌లో ఉంది కాబట్టి we can log into this machine. We can log into this machine. సో, ఎలా లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే yesterday I told you by using some softwares we can log into the instance. The software is Putty. The first software is Putty. Putty Gen first use. ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నాను. I am opening the Putty Gen and click on load here. సో, సెలెక్ట్ ఆల్ ఫైల్స్. మీరు ఈ కీ పేర్ ఎక్కడైతే డౌన్లోడ్ చేశారో ఆ లొకేషన్‌లోకి వెళ్ళండి. అండ్ ఫైల్ ఫార్మాట్ వచ్చేసరికి ఇది పెమ్ ఫార్మాట్‌లో ఉంది. ఫస్ట్ దీన్ని మనం ఏం చేయాలి? పెమ్ టు పీపీకేలోకి కన్వర్ట్. సో, సెలెక్ట్ యువర్ కీ పేర్ అండ్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ఓపెన్. Click on OK. And this key pair we need to save it in private key. Click on here, save as private key. Click on yes. ఎక్కడ సేవ్ చేస్తున్నాను? అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ద నేమ్ హియర్. ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ జస్ట్ ఇట్స్ ఎ వెబ్ సర్వర్ కీ. ఓకే. సో, ఐఎమ్ సేవింగ్ ది సేవ్ యాస్ టైప్ చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు ఫైల్ ఫార్మాట్ మారుతుంది. డాట్ పీపీకే. పెమ్ని పీపీకేలో కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. జస్ట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ సేవ్. నౌ క్లిక్ ఆన్ క్లోజ్. సో, పుట్టి జెన్ తోటి మనకు పని అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ పుట్టి వీ కెన్ లాగ్ ఇన్ టు అవర్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్. పుట్టి జెన్ ఏం చేసింది? పెమ్ని పీపీకేలో కన్వర్ట్ చేసింది. వాట్ ఈస్ పుట్టి జెన్ డూయింగ్ హియర్? ఇట్ కన్వర్టెడ్ డాట్ పెమ్ ఫైల్ టు పీపీకే ఫైల్. డాట్ పీపీకే ఫైల్. వన్స్ పీపీకే ఫైల్ ఈజ్ రెడీ, బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ పీపీకే ఫైల్ వీ కెన్ లాగ్ ఇన్ టు ది ఇన్స్టెన్స్. వీ కెన్ log into our, okay, so by using this ppk file. So just go to putty again. ఇక్కడ host name or IP address అని చెప్పి అడుగుతుంది కదా. సో, just copy the, now just to refresh. See, now the status check it is showing you 2 by 2. Okay. Now copy the public IPv4 address and paste here in the host name. Okay. So, host name or IP, I am giving the IP address and come to left side here, you find a option called SSH. Just expand చేయండి. ప్లస్ సింబల్ ఒకటి కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. Just expand. Under this SSH, you find a option called authentication. Under this authentication, there is an option called credentials. Click on credentials and click on, am I audible now? మేబీ నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూ వల్ల మీకు అలా అనిపిస్తుందేమో. ఒకసారి మీ సైడ్ నుంచి మీరు ఇంటర్నెట్ స్పీడ్ అది చెక్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. నా సైడ్ బాగానే ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఈ సెషన్ కూడా రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఒకవేళ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అయినా మీకు రికార్డింగ్‌లో మీకు బ్రేక్ అవ్వదు. సో, రికార్డింగ్ అవైలబుల్‌గా ఉంటుంది. ఒకసారి నేను నా స్పీడ్ ఇక్కడి నుంచి కూడా చెక్ చేస్తాను. జస్ట్ లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ మూమెంట్. ఓక్లాస్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ గో. నాకు తెలిసి ఇదిగో నా స్పీడ్ ఇటువైపు నుంచి బాగానే ఉంటుంది. బికాజ్ నేను ఇక్కడ సిటీలో ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి నాకు తెలుసు మీరు కాలేజ్‌లో ఉన్నారా? అక్కడ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటుంది స్పీడ్. నేను కూడా ఇష్యూ ఫేస్ చేశాను. చాలా తక్కువ వస్తుంది స్పీడ్. మా ఇంట్లో కాబట్టి ఇది నా సైడ్ నుంచి నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూ ఏం లేదు. నా సైడ్ నుంచి అయితే బాగానే ఉంది. 189 MBPS మీన్స్ నియర్లీ 200. ఓకే. So, now go to here and after that under the authentication there is an option called credentials and click on browse. Browse and select the ppk file which you have created. Just click on open and click on accept. Now username it will ask you. For Amazon Linux, the username is ec2-user. See now, I have connected to the machine. I have connected to this machine. Okay. So let me change the font to bold. Gonna apply. Now I have successfully logged into the server. I have successfully logged into the server. Now the next step, what I need to do, I need to install this web server. I need to install this web server. To install web server, we have some commands in Linux. In Linux, we have some commands. So let me explain you how to install a web server now. Now, right now, I am in a server. Now, on top of this, I need to install a web server. Web server is nothing but a software. Let me write down here. Web server is nothing but a software. By using this, we can host our web applications. Web application. Web application. Okay. So this is the advantage of the web server. Now for Windows, if you are using Windows means Windows server, here we use a web server called IIS. IIS stands for Internet Information Services. Internet Information Services. Now we are going to do this with Linux. So in the Linux we use a web server called Apache, right? Apache HTTPD or else Tomcat, or else we can use a web server called NGINX. These are all the web servers we can use in the Linux. These all web servers you can use in Windows also as well as in the Linux also. But the Microsoft created their own web server. That web server is nothing but the IIS. So most of the people will go, if it is Windows means most of the people will go with the IIS. Now you can go with multiple options are there for Linux. Right now I am going with the Apache HTTPD. So the very first thing what you need to do, once you logged into your instance, the first step is you need to update the repositories. So first pass the command sudo space su or else sudo yum update -y. Yum update -y. So this command, why we are giving means to update the repositories. Now press enter. Now next we need to install a web server. We need to install a web server. To install a web server, the command is yum install followed by package name. The web server name is httpd-y. This httpd, I told you it is a software. To install any software, the command is same. Yum install httpd-y. In front of yum, try to use sudo. Okay. Sudo means super user do. Super user do yum install the software name -y. If there are any dependencies while installing the software, it will not prompt you a message and it will not ask you whether I need to install this or not. It will not ask you to type yes. Okay. Just -y if you pass the prompt in the command. Now press enter. Now the web server is getting installed. Once web server installed, you will get one path. The path is cd/var/www/html. You need to go to this directory, this location you need to go. That's what I have written in the diagram also. If you see here in the diagram also, I have written the same thing, HTML directory. This HTML directory, we need to place the code. The developers will need to place the code in this directory only. So right now I am creating one small file. First I am passing echo here. Welcome to AWS training. Welcome to AWS training. I am writing here. Now I am saving this message in index.html file. What is this index.html file means? Index.html is the home page of any website. Index.html is the home page of any website, okay. First browsers always search for this file only, whether index.html is available or not. If in case index.html is missing, your web application will not work. Your web application will not work. So now this echo, what is this echo means? It's like a print statement. In Python, we use a print hello world, like that we'll write some messages. No, like that we this echo, like this echo will work. So echo, welcome to AWS training, and I am saving this in the file called index.html, where I am saving this index.html inside a directory called html. Directory is nothing but a folder. Now press enter. We are getting a message that permission denied because we did not do this with root privileges. Just type sudo in front of that. The problem will resolve. Permission denied. Just a moment. Index.html. Okay, let me go to switch to root user or else. Now I am typing again command sudo space echo welcome to AWS training. Now again I am saving this as index.html. Now press enter. Now already we have entered from non-root user to root user. No need to pass sudo now. How to check whether I am a root user? In the Linux, I told you there are three types of users. One is system user, another one is non-root user, another one is root user. Root user will have all set of permissions. He can do anything. To identify whether he is a root user or not, whenever you see this hash prompt, you can easily identify that he is a root user. Non-root user means he will have some this dollar symbol also. Okay. Now as a root user, I am doing this. I am passing this statement. Now press enter. See, I did not get any message, any error message. So the next step is, after creating a file in this directory, the next step you need to restart the web server. So how to start the web server? Service httpd start is the command. So press enter, and after that we need to pass check configurations httpd on. Some configuration files will be there related to this web server. We need to turn them on also. Right. Now go to your your console. Copy the public IPv. I am copying the public IPv4 address. Now I am sharing this public IP address in your group. Now everyone open this IP and check whether you can see a message or not. Now I am going to open one new browser here. I am going to open new incognito tab, and just I am entering my IP and press enter. Now continue to this site. Saying it works, just do refresh. Press enter. Is saying it works, but we need to get a message that welcome to AWS training, where I have created this index.html. Okay. The reason I am not getting this message is because this index.html file I have created outside the box. So let me go to that location first. cd/var www.html. Again I have entered into that location. Now I am passing this command echo welcome to AWS training. Now again I will save this as index.html. Now press enter. Again I am passing the command service httpd restart. Now again chkconfig httpd on. Now go here and do refresh now. See, now you can able to see this message called welcome to AWS training. Now everyone can see this message or not, tell me. Go to Google and just give the IP. You will see a message called welcome to. Just do refresh. You will see one message called welcome to AWS training. The same message, are you both able to see or not? Just let me know. Ankanta and Sai Kiran. ఐపీ అడ్రస్ మీ గ్రూప్లో పెట్టాను నేను, ఒకసారి ఐపీ అడ్రస్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని చెక్ చేయండి. ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది మనకంట? ఇదిగోండి, ఇది ఐపీ 52.221.254.105. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఐపీ. వెల్కమ్ టు ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ ట్రైనింగ్ అని కనిపించాలి. అదే కనిపిస్తుందా ఇంకేమైనా కనిపిస్తుంది? వెల్కమ్ టు ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్. ఎస్. సో నేను అదే కదా మెసేజ్ పాస్ చేశాను. సో అదే మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ మన అప్లికేషన్ అనేది ప్రాపర్గా వర్క్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, రియల్ టైంలో ఏమవుద్ది, ఈ ఐపీని మనం ఏం చేయాలి, మన యొక్క డొమైన్తో మ్యాప్ చేస్తాం. సో ఎవరు కూడా ఐపీ కొట్టడానికి ఇష్టపడరు. వాళ్ళు ఏమంటే ఎవరైతే యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు డొమైన్ నేమ్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తారు, బట్ డొమైన్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్ ఏముంటుంది అంటే దిస్ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ విల్ బి దేర్. Okay, this is how we can install manually the web server, process these all things. So now next let's move forward. So this is all about the web server. I have shown you the web server. Next part is how can we transfer the files into this Linux machine. Okay, now already I have created a Linux machine. Now I want to transfer files from my local computer from my local machine. It means నా కంప్యూటర్లో ఉన్న లోకల్ ఫైల్స్ I want to transfer these files to Linux server. I want to transfer these files to this Amazon Linux instance. So we can transfer these files from here, our local machine, to Amazon Linux instance by using a software called WinSCP. Or you can use FileZilla or WinSCP. These two are the softwares which are available. By using these two softwares, easily you can transfer any type of file. Either it might be large file or it might be small scale file, like that. So now just go to the Google and just search for WinSCP. Just go to the Google. Just let me go to the Google and just type here WinSCP. Now this is the official website of WinSCP. Just open this one, and from here you need to download this software. See, there is an option called download WinSCP, and the current version of the WinSCP is 6.3.6. So you can download it and after you can install into your local machine. Installation process is very easy. Just you need to click next. That's it. Once it got installed means just go to the start menu and type here WinSCP. So the interface will be like this. So just it is asking for the upgrade. I don't require any upgrade. Just click on close. Okay. Now see, it got opened. So the interface of the WinSCP will be like this. So once it was opened, just go to here. Go to new new tab. Just close new tab and click on new site. So it will ask you for the host name. Again in the host name, we need to give the IP address of the host name. Means what? Host name is nothing but the just go to the instances and copy the IP address in the where it is asking the host name now. There you need to pass the public IP address of your machine, and the username for our Amazon Linux is EC2-user. So how to check whether it is correct or not means just select your machine and click on connect. Here it will show you the username as EC2 hyphen. Now after that we don't have any password. It will ask you for the password. We don't have any password. So just select here the option as advanced. Just click on advanced. And after that under the SSH there is an option called authentication. Click on authentication and it will ask you for to upload the private key file. I already converted this PEM to PPK earlier. So just I am selecting this PEM file, sorry, PPK file and click on open. Again click on OK and click on login. Now click on accept. So now in my D drive, in my local machine D drive, I am already having, I will show you, see there is a folder called project. Now inside this project there are multiple files available. So these files I want to, these few files I want to move from here to into my Linux machine. So just drag and drop, that's it. Right side whatever you are seeing here, this is related to Linux server. Okay, and this is related to my local machine. Left side is my local machine, right side is my Linux server. Just I have just drag and drop whatever the files you want to transfer. Now go to now open your Linux machine. So again I am going to connect to my machine. So directly I am connecting now. Click on connect. Now if I type ls, now I want to check whether the files are transferred or not. Now just what I will do, I will just type here ls. Now see, those all the files you can see here. They are all the files came into the server or not. 1.txt, t1, t2, 3.class. These all files previously these all files are available in my local machine. Now by using a special software called WinSCP, I have transferred all these files into the server. So in this way, you can transfer your files from the local machine to this server. Okay. So this is how we can do transfer the data. Right. So manually we have seen now how can we deploy our web application on top of the Amazon Linux web server. Amazon Linux server, right? So now there is one more thing we can do the same process with the help of Bootstrap. No need to do any manual process with the help of Bootstrap. Just we can directly if you click on launch instance means automatically your application will get hosted after your launching was done. So just now I am going to create one more instance and now I am going to give script here, not this Bootstrap script I am giving. So now I am not going to enter any commands manually. So the same process I am using, I am doing with the help of this Bootstrap script. Okay, now go to the again console and just click on launch instance again. Now I am giving the name here as Linux Bootstrap. Now I am going to do this with the help of scripting. So just selecting the operating system. Now instance type, key pair, I am creating one key pair also. Click on create key pair. Now go to network settings and click on edit here. So the same ports again I am going to open. There is no change because again I am going to deploy web application only. Again I am typing, going to open HTTP, one more port. Source type should be anywhere, and SSH port by default it was opened. Configure storage 8 GB and directly. Now go to advanced details where we need to place this script. That is the question. Now go to advanced details, scroll down, and if you come below, see here there is an option called user data. You can choose a file or you can just place the script also here. I am already having the script with me. So just I will go to this location AWS batch A3. I think I have placed in this AWS with DevOps. I am ready made. I am having the script. So small script is there. Just I am going to copy the script and again I will open console area. Come here and under the user data provide the script. I am providing the script. Now this what, try to understand the script first. So what is the script means? This symbol hash exclamatory mark, we call it as shebang symbol. So we are writing a script in a directory called bash. This bash is a directory. Okay. We are placing the script here. The first command is sudo space su. Sudo means what? Means super user do. Su means switch user. Yum space update space -y stands for by using this statement we are saying that to update the repositories which are already there in the machine. Okay. After that there is a third statement, yum space install space httpd -y. HTTPD is nothing but the web server. So web server installation is going on the fourth statement. Next, the fifth statement, after installing the web server, see here you will get one path. That path is nothing but this HTML directory. We need to go to that location, and after going to that location we are passing some message and we are saving that message in the file format called index.html. Once it was done means you need to restart the web server, and after that we need to pass this last command, configuration files we need to turn on. So this is the meaning of this entire commands. Okay, entire script. Now finally just click on launch instance. So once the the launching completed, immediately your script will get executed and immediately we can see that application also. Just do refresh now. So right now it is in initializing state. Like previously, here also we will get 2x2 statistic passed. Okay, just refresh. Now I am going to select this machine and copying the public IPv4. Again I am passing in your group this message, this IP address. Now again check it out whether you can see the message or not. So I did not install any manual, I did not do any manual things now. Just I have automated. I have just given the script, that's it. The script is Bootstrap. For the Linux we use a Bootstrap script. For Windows we use a PowerShell script. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయి మనకంటే అది ఓపెన్ అవుతుందో లేదా అనేది. Yes. So it means that the script is working. Yes, script is working. That's it. So this is how we can do మాన్యువల్గా చేయొచ్చు, లేదంటే స్క్రిప్ట్ యూస్ చేసి మీ అప్లికేషన్ని హోస్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ టుడే క్లాస్. ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ఇన్ దిస్ క్లాస్ లెట్ మీ నో ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఐ విల్ ఎండ్ ది సెషన్ హియర్. సో మీ ఇద్దరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ప్రీవియస్ క్లాసెస్ కొన్ని మిస్ అయ్యారు కాబట్టి ప్రీవియస్ క్లాసెస్ అనేవి ఒకసారి వాచ్ చేయండి. మన యొక్క ఛానల్లో అవైలబుల్గా ఉన్నాయి. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ మీకు రేపటి నుంచి కూడా మీకు ఏంటంటే ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట సబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది. బేసిక్స్ అనేవి అర్థమైపోతాయి. అండ్ మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరికైనా ఉంటే మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి కూడా జాయిన్ చేసేసేయండి ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ క్లాసెస్. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు లెర్న్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అండ్ డివాప్స్. బయట మార్కెట్లో మంచి వాల్యూ ఉంది, హై పెయిడ్ జాబ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా. సో, ఆఫ్టర్ డిగ్రీ యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్‌లీ అప్లై టు జాబ్స్. మీ క్యాంపస్ ప్లేస్‌మెంట్ అయినా ఇమ్మీడియేట్‌గా మిమ్మల్ని తీసుకుంటారు. సాయి కిరణ్ చెప్తున్నావు? సరే ఎండ్ చేద్దాం అయితే సెషన్ ఇక్కడితో ఎండ్ చేసేసేనా అయితే? ఓకే. బాయ్. గుడ్ నైట్ బోత్ ఆఫ్ యూ.